Hi there, been a long time since I've done a video, but I thought I'd do one on drilling printed circuit boards. That's this type of thing, if you're not familiar. Basically it's a insulating board with copper tracks on it, and I want to put components on. But to put the components on, I have to drill holes through that the legs of the components can go through. So how am I going to drill the holes? Well, the simplest and easy, well no, maybe the simplest way, but I certainly don't find it easy, is just to use a handheld drill, switch it on, and try. I'm not doing very well at trying to drill the holes in the board that way. I'm sure people can do it that way, but I find it difficult. So I'm holding the drill, bring it down and try to do it that way. Can be done, but I find it difficult. I find it much easier then to use a little drill stand. Of course you can buy commercial ones, but they seem to be mega bucks, and the idea of building my own seemed to be the best idea. It looks like I've lost the nut off there. Anyway, never mind. Essentially what it is Mecano. I don't know if you're into Mecano. I bought it a lot, far too many years ago to remember, and I thought I ought to do something with it. Seemed only to buy it, to store it, to have it as a collection rather than use it. So building these little stands seemed like a good idea. Doesn't have to be Mecano, it could be built out of wood or anything, as long as we can get two parallel rods that the mechanism can slide up and down on. In this particular case then, I don't know if these are probably Mecano, with at the top a couple of brackets with these brass pieces fastened on, these collets or collars fastened on, and they then hold the tops of the rods. The bottoms of the rods just feed into this bottom part of Mecano, and then on the rods we've got a slidey bit, just a couple of 5 by 1 bent pieces, one at the top, one at the bottom, and they are held apart by these 3 by 3 plates, one at each side. And they just have a 5 by 3 plate at the front, onto which I've bent some Mecano around and hold the motor. Just put a couple of packing pieces in behind so that the motor is held firm. Even with this one loose, it seems to be quite firm. The motor here just happens to be something I've probably taken out of something or other, a drill or something like that, and then I've put a collet on it here, which I assume has come from eBay, somewhere like that. You can buy them reasonably cheap. Some of them are alright, some of them don't seem to be very well centered, but this one seems okay. I then just use a plug, 0.1 inch plug to use, which is the way I operate things. Seems to work well for me. To drill then, all we have to do is to press down on the back. Could put a little lever on that came down. I did try that at one stage, but thought it was just as easy to press the back down, and of course when it's come down the springs push it back up again, making it easier to drill. So that's just the basic fundamental model that I built. That's actually the second one that I built. This is the first one, which is more complicated for some reason. The important point about it is the distance of the drill from the uprights, because that limits the size of PCB that we can actually put in. So here, for example, this PCB will only just fit. Whether I actually built it for this or not, I don't know, but that just fits, and it just gives me the distance that I want. Okay, so having done that, then I added extras on. Well, the first extra I added was an LED, so that when we turn the drill on, the LED lights up the work point, makes it easier to see what's going on. Second idea was just to add a little vacuum. This is a vacuum from a keyboard cleaner. This just then sucks up any dirt it's supposed to, and that then should suck up the chaff from the drilling of the circuit board. Seems to work okay. The first one of these I had problems with. It was I was using it on 12 volts, and of course the motor's only something like 1.53 volts, and it burnt out. So on this one I've added, it's called a buck converter, I believe, which takes the 12 volts that the motor needs, converts it down, has a little adjustable variable here, so I've adjusted this down to something like 3 volts so that the motor hopefully isn't going to burn out. So yeah, that's what it is. Seems to work okay. So if we move around and have a look, zoom in, if we get it in the right place, we can see, hopefully, not a block of wood, but the PCB. Put the PCB underneath, turn the drill on, so that should give me the light, and then all I have to do is to bring it down, and I think this drill was a bit blunt, but there, if it's taken away the swarf away from the hole. Could do with a sharper drill, but that works okay for me. So there we have it, a PCB drill built from Mecano. But as I say, it doesn't need to be, it could be anything, as long as the two shafts are parallel. So yeah, that's it, that's my drill, and that's the way I do it. All the best now, bye now, bye.